Hi there. Now we're going to do lesson 286. The hush of heaven holds my heart today. Father, how still today. How quietly do all things fall in place. This is the day that has been chosen as the time in which I come to understand the lesson that there is no need that I do anything. In you is every choice already made. In you has every conflict been resolved. In you is everything I hope to find already given me. Your peace is mine, my heart is quiet, and my mind at rest. Your love is heaven, and your love is mine. How beautiful is this prayer, this acknowledgement that when we get quiet, all things fall into place, because this is a day that has been chosen as the time in which we understand the lesson that there is nothing that we need to do. When we go into quiet, we get inspired, we get moved into participation in this beautiful world. We will do what needs to be done from a place of inspiration, a movement that comes out of us, not something we have to go do and make happen out there. In you is every choice already made. God willed for us to be eternal, willed for us to be love, willed for us to be creative and do whatever it is that we feel like doing. So every choice is already made in God, because the outcome is certain when we align with the truth of what God is. When we try to do it ourselves, we block the flow, we create our own suffering because we're having thoughts that block the thought of God. Oh, I have to do it by myself because I can't sit here and wait for God to do it for me. Well, if you allowed yourself to be still, God would inspire you and something would move you. You know, when I started on the spiritual path, about 5 years into doing my work, into cleaning up my consciousness, I heard, you are going to become a teacher of spirituality. And I was like, seriously? I don't know anything about spirituality. I know what I'm going through, but I don't want to teach spirituality. I don't want to become an awareness coach. What? I'm going to write a workshop called The Power of Awareness and teach it to help people later on down the path better understand A Course in Miracles? I couldn't believe that that was what I was supposed to do. But something inside of me said, do it. Do it anyways. And looking back, I wouldn't change a thing. 11 years I've been on this beautiful journey since I was first told to become an awareness coach, and I went full force. I did it. I jumped in, and it's been the most rewarding experience of my life. I wouldn't trade it for anything in the world because I got still and listened and didn't try to create my own idea and do my own thing. In you is every choice already made. In you has every conflict been resolved. In you is everything I hope to find already given me. Everything that I've ever needed has been provided. I might think that I've been working at it, but it was really just God moving through me, unfolding everything as it should. The right players at the right time to show me who I was showing up as, allowed me to see when I had thoughts in my head that were blocking my joy. And those events were the mirrors that I could get to see. Oh, over here, I think I'm, all spiritual. I think I've got my spiritualized ego superior. Okay, that's what I'm noticing about that person. It's what's in me. That person is not being nice enough. Oop, that's in me. That person is not listening to what I know. That's in me. I'm not listening to what God knows. So I began to use everything outside of me as nothing but a mirror, a reflection, letting me know how I was showing up. Powerful, powerful lesson. So his peace was mine. God's peace was mine because my heart was quiet and my mind at rest. Not always, but a lot of the time. Why? Because the journey takes practice, as we read before. At first, you don't believe this, and then you repeat it a whole bunch of times, and then you try it with a few things, because this is how we develop trust that it's going to work. And eventually, you make it so consistent that you do it across the board. Then it says, sentence number 9, your love is heaven and your love is mine. And when you know that you are in heaven, when you know that you are God's beloved, what is there to fight against? What is there to push against? There's nothing but enjoying the beautiful life that is unfolding before me. How powerful is this? Thanks a bunch, and I'll see you. Oh, you know what? I better not end here because there's one more paragraph. Paragraph number 2. The stillness of today will give us hope that we have found the way and traveled far along it to a wholly certain goal. Let me read that again. The stillness of today, because the hush of heaven holds our heart today. And when we get still, the stillness that we feel will give us hope that we have found the way. The reason we get hope is because now our mind is not busy with all the problems. It's not creating hurtful thoughts. So we inside of that place find hope and traveled far along that path to a wholly certain goal, because you begin to trust. You hear God telling you that all is going to work out. You even get glimpses of how it's going to work out. I know I did. Today we will not doubt the end which God himself has promised. We trust in him and in ourself, who still is one with him. We're trusting that God is giving us the inspiration. We're trusting that the soul in us is going to align with that, because we're trusting that we're going to like to not think thoughts that are not of God's, and the path will be made easy. And when you begin to be hopeful that everything is going to show up the way you want it to show up, you will have that expectancy of happy things coming to you, because your joyful self will meet whatever shows up in a state of happiness, of stillness, of peace, of joy, of trust, of hope, of not even hope, certainty that it is going to be exactly as God said that it will be in the end. Thanks a bunch, and I'll see you in the next lesson.